Alright, so here we go, game number 2 in this best of 3 semi-final match between Demosthenes and H2O. Score is 1-0 in H2O's favor in this PMS H2O Gold Platinum Weekly number 14, semi-final number 1.
Alright, and it looks like Demosthenes is going to be our red Protoss spawning in the left half of MLG's dual site, and H2O, our blue Terran, is going to be spawning in the right half of dual site, a map you will not see on the Blizzard ladder map pool, but a special treat for our MLG players and viewers. And looks like we're going to be seeing nothing out of the ordinary here. Just macroing up.
Yeah, no proxies just yet.
9 pylon going down for our Protoss player, and a 10 supply depot for the Terran player.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see, we looked just before, we saw that H2O has played against Demos. He had 3-0'd him in the past, so I'm not sure if he used the same kind of build, so be interesting to see. I mean, does H2O have his number or what? I do believe H2O is a platinum level player. Not sure exactly if Demosthenes. Does look like H2O actually moving out, going to be placing down a proxy barracks over behind the natural. And actually looks like this probe is going to move out, and he is going to scout it. And oh my god, what a perfect scout.
Wow.
And
I would be applauding right now if I didn't have my mic on.
Does look like this SCV is not even going to care if he scouts it. He's going to throw down a second barrack, and he's going to go for some proxy 2 racks play. But at the same time, Demosthenes is going to throw down 2 gateways and a forge.
And he's going to be just fine with zealots and a photon cannon at the front. He's going to be able to defend this marine push just fine. And we do have 1 barracks just finished, and the marine being trained.
Yep,
and forge is done.
The SCV going to move up and probably going to be throwing down a bunker. Oh, actually, there goes the photon cannon. So right now, H2O is not going to really be able to do anything at this point. Chronoing out 1 zealot and possibly the second.
And
actually going to just decide to retreat, lift up these barracks, and fly them on back home, and actually plant down a command center. So very interesting play here from H2O.
You know what? I think this is a good decision here. He tried the proxy racks. It was scouted. It was spotted. Demosthenes reacts. So he says, you know what? This is not going to work. And now that Demosthenes has invested the money in the forge, that's 150 minerals right there, and 150 minerals for an additional pylon, or excuse me, 100 minerals for a pylon, an additional 150 minerals for the photon cannon at the front. I think he's safe to expand. He's going to keep making marines. He's going to get this second command center up, and Demosthenes can't punish him now. He doesn't have a cyber core yet.
Actually, Demosthenes opted to throw down a second cybernetics core. Will we be seeing some airplay? Was it a mistake?
Ooh.
Not too sure. Does look like throwing down a second gas as well. But yeah, it looks like these two command centers will be. I'm sorry, 2 barracks will be landing. Command center just finishing up, going to be turning that into an orbital command, or will he be lifting it off?
That's interesting. I saw the cyber core in production. Yep, and there's the reaction, realizing what he just did. Yeah, I thought he didn't have one, and then I saw the other one being chrono boosted. So he's going to be able to really pump out air upgrades if he so desires. But unfortunately, I don't think that was really part of his plan.
That was not the intention. I am assuming that he meant to create another warp gate, another gateway. However, unfortunately, it was a cybernetics core, and that cannot produce units. But this bunker is up at the front for half squat. Probably be salvaging that and creating a couple down the line. And yep, there goes the salvage, and probably seeing a couple go down to the front of his natural expansion. Another reactor and another tech lab going down. So two tech labs in the reactor, and actually Themos Fiend's going to push out with this army. And he's got a pretty good army coming out. 4 zealots, 1 sentry, and 2 stalkers.
Especially if he can get here before this bunker gets up. There's only 5-6 Marines.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the Marines, there's only 1 Marauder on the way. Concussive shells is done. Stim pack only halfway through, though. But he's going to make sure, needs to do a lot of micro before these units get here. If he can get these units into the bunker. Oh, they got to get into the bunker just in time. The SCV is going to go on mass repair. And looks like the Zealot's going to try and take out the the SCVs. Marine's going to move into the other bunker and actually forces them to back out. And
fortunately for Demosthenes, concussive shell was only halfway done, so he was able to retreat safely.
Oh, okay. I thought concussive was finished. But yeah, it does look like actually that Marauder getting away with what looks to be very low health. He's in the red inside that bunker. But forcing Demos back, and Demos now going to take an expansion of his own.
Yeah, +1 ground weapons is just about to finish up, and we have additional gateways going down. It'll be 3 total. Still haven't utilized those dual cybercore, that dual cybercore build yet, but I'm holding out for some air play. And nothing really out of the ordinary going down right now. Let's see, we do have the concussive shell is now finished. Stim is finished. And now we're really going to start to see half squat pumping out those Marines and Marauders. 5 barracks, 2 with tech labs, a reactor on 1, salvaging those bunkers as he has defended the push. And it looks like we have +1 ground attack and a combat shield being researched now. So
yeah, +1 already finished for the Protoss. I'm not sure if you mentioned that or not. But +1 armor also on the way for the Protoss. So he is ahead in upgrades, but looks like the Terran player going to be moving across. 36 to 24 army supply. +1 attack not yet done for the Terran. So maybe in a little bit of trouble. A couple of SCVs coming as well. And Stim goes down, going to be able to snipe out 1 Zealot. 1 force field goes down, but not really doing too much damage. 1 Stalker
pulling the probes.
Pulling the probes. Good stutter step micro from half squat, but it does look like half squat's going to be able to take him down and probably take the series. These units are very heavy right now, and even with the +1 attack, half squat is able to swarm through the Protoss player, and I have a feeling that we should be expecting a GG any second from Demosthenes right about now. He's going to be able to snipe out this expansion, and I just don't really see a way for half squat to come back. I'm sorry, for Demosthenes to come back from this. However, there are no starports out, so all these units that he stimmed are going to be low health and going to stay low health. Scan goes up and going to run up the ramp. Oh, and actually catching some force field there. Marauders are just able to range these Zealots, but unfortunately they cannot see up the ramp anymore and just kind of getting poked away by this pulse-on cannon, but still going to move up, stim ahead. And
another great force field.
But leaving a little bit of hole. I think he can get through with those units. And he does get through with those units. But the Warp Prism picks up the sentry, but I don't even think that there's any more of a shot for Demosthenes. Half squad just running in with these Marauders, taking out that Zealot almost before it even finishes warping in. But the Zealot has like 3 health left after all those stims.
Good micro pulling the Stalker back, but once the Zealot goes down, the Stalker goes down. And unfortunately, I think Demosthenes was just really, really flustered. He got thrown off in the beginning. He accidentally made that second cyber core, and I think it just threw him for a loop. And
yep, and now taking these probes off the line, going to be killing them off. And I mean, this is the sign of defeat. Even if those probes kill off those units, we do see there's a ton of more units that are being rallied across the map. non-stop, and another expansion going down for H2O. So I
Yeah,
don't
it looks like H2O's going to pull back for now, but I think Demostein's really going to be fighting an uphill battle in this game. Looks like he's fended off the push. It doesn't look like we're going to see
looks
that
like this Marine will be
GG.
able to spot this Warp Prism as it moves across the map. So Demostein's actually going to have his attack. And there's the LOL,
Lol.
realizing that that was probably not the right spot to send that Warp Prism. So now H2O will be able to prepare very easily for this push or drop. Wouldn't necessarily call it a push.
And it looks like he's going to go the opposite way.
Yeah, it does look like, though, he is only 4 supply under. So if he tries to warp in, he will not have enough, but actually warping in 2 Zealots at the front and now realize that he will be supply blocked. And here comes the Warp Prism, going to drop in those Zealots and Sentry. And
Oh, they're not going to get a whole lot done.
yeah, and I feel like this will probably be GG very shortly.
Yeah, the immediate danger isn't there, but just looking at the food supply, 92 to 38 in H2O's favor. Taking a look at the unit counting station, 36 SCVs to 20 probes, pretty big lead there, but the army supply is just absolutely, well, we'll just point out that it's in H2O's favor.
Yeah, I mean, H2O moving across the army, moving across the map with most of his army, leaving a couple in here to deal with this Warp Prism shenanigans. But this whole army is going to be moving into the base of Demostein's very shortly. And he is just not paying attention to this Sentry, will not be able to get the force field down in time, and he isn't going to snipe it before anything. Immortal is out, but quickly going to be sniped away. And there is the LOL and probably the GG very soon. And
There it is.
So H2O with some very commanding leads in his games. He definitely has Demostein's number and taking him down 2-0 in this tournament, knocking him out and proceeding his way into the finals.